What the f is Super GForce? What's up guys, enter my channel Geared Inc, where I get to share what I'm passionate about with you. And in my channel, that's PC tech, games, and gear. Remember, there's a little over a week left in that Amazon card giveaway. It's just a thank you to the community. So if you haven't entered it, it's in the description. But we have some very interesting tech topics. As you can tell from my profanity, we're gonna start with the weirdest one, Super GForce. So NVIDIA released a very vague trailer for something called Super, I can't even say it right, Super GForce, coming out or being announced on May 27th. I have no idea what this is or why it is, except for the fact that they're probably trying to have some type of NVIDIA announcement to counteract all of the exciting things that have been going on with AMD, because we're going to be getting all of AMD's announcements on the 27th. Well played, NVIDIA. Maybe. Who knows? Because we have no idea what this actually is. Now, on the AMD side of things, we've seen quite a bit of news releases, all rumors basically, but as we get closer, these rumors they start to be a little more defined. We start to get a little more of the truth. The first thing we're going to talk about is the new Zen 2 benchmarks. So there have been some leaked Cinebench benchmarks that essentially show performance overall for multi-core performance for the new Zen 2 processors, and it's actually pretty impressive. Now, for me, I'm much more reserved because while obviously it's great to see this totally smash essentially the competition, one of the things that I want to see is the actual IPC gains and the actual single core performance gains, because this was basically at a 4.2 either base or boost. And I'm hoping that Zen 2 is going to have much higher single core speed to compete obviously in the gaming sphere, not just the editing and creation sphere when you're talking about the actual performance of these chips. Because the reason Intel's been able to maintain their advantage for so long is that they've been able to basically have a much higher single core boost on their CPUs and a better IPC. So I'm hoping that with this new Zen 2 that we're going to see a better performance increase, but from the leaked benchmarks it appears that everything is on track. Now, from the Navi point of view with their GPUs for AMD, the news is kind of mixed. So we got some tentative price releases for way more expensive than anybody was hoping for the new Navi GPUs, respectively around like $400 and $500 or $600 for two GPUs that are going to be competing directly against the 2070 and the 2060. Now, a lot of people are disappointed who are hoping that the Navi GPUs were going to just sweep NVIDIA. I've never believed that for once. NVIDIA essentially just focuses just on GPUs, and AMD's GPU department has got completely destroyed over the last 12 to 24 months. And so I didn't think there were going to be anything to compete. However, as far as the GPU pricing goes, it's a little bit of a sting because essentially they don't want to cannibalize the Radeon 7, right? That's their like high tier competes with the 2080 or 1080 Ti. And so bringing in some GPUs that kind of fill in the gap makes sense, except that Vega, if you still, if you want to buy a 56 or 64, kind of compete with the same range of GPU. So overall, it doesn't feel like so much of a value add, especially when you consider if you're just comparing apples to apples here, even though I don't think DLSS or ray tracing means anything right now. If you're going to be paying relatively same cost for similar performance, it would make more sense to get a more feature set like ray tracing or DLSS across the board. Obviously, if they undercut those two cards by about $100, you don't care about ray tracing or you don't care about DLSS, then it may make more sense, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And the last thing is we get some better ideas of some basically Navi GPU upgrades. Now, basically, a lot of people were worried because there's a rumor that there's going to be some new Radeon or RX cards coming out that are not going to be Navi based, but this has to do with basically pushing the amount of processors or stream processors that are available on the actual PCB itself. We've gotten some PCB links over the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to link all this down below because it's just been kind of a bunch of stuff, but the highlights are this. What the hell is Super GForce? Nobody knows. Good news coming out for AMD CPUs, bad news for Navi pricing, and mixed news for Navi performance. Anyway, guys, if you liked this video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, go ahead and leave me a thumbs down. Remember to get subscribed and hit that bell icon so you know when these videos drop. As always, thanks to my Patreon and Twitch subscribers. I put your name at the end of my videos as a way to say thanks, and Patreons have access to a whole slew of rewards depending on how much money you support me with. Thanks to everyone who uses my Amazon affiliate links. All the money goes back into the channel and makes things like reviews, giveaways, and the channel happen itself. So if you're going to be buying some PC parts and you want to use my links, they're down in the description. Also consider joining our Discord of gamers and PC enthusiasts. There's a great community there, and I've mentioned, but we're going to be coming out with some type of gaming tournament in the future, and that is going to be a Discord member only deal. So anyway, guys, I'm going to continue to make these videos whether you watch them or not, but I hope you do, and I hope to see every single one of you next time here on Geared Inc. Super GForce is like me saying like, I don't know, super table. Super table, woo! Seriously, it's Super GForce. I'm just gonna add super to everything. Well, Navi, I don't think Navi's gonna be that good. I'm sorry, that's what I think.